I hope you all had a fantastic holiday. I kind of forgot to wish you all a Merry Christmas or a Happy Holiday. Whatever you guys celebrate, I hope you had a fantastic time with your friends, family, and just celebrating all that kind of good stuff. I know I had a pretty good one. I mean, I got a pretty decent haul for all my Blu-rays and stuff like that. I've been getting more into like collecting the movies that I think are like the next level stuff. And so I'm definitely satisfied with what I got. Feel free to take a gander at what I got. And so thank you all very much for watching this. And let's jump into this Bright review. So Bright stars Will Smith and Joel Edgerton, and they both play LA cops. And as you probably can tell from the poster, they're not both humans. And this movie actually plays an interesting dynamic on that, where it's not like your typical cop movie. They actually bring in some fantasy elements into this movie, and which makes it a little bit more interesting because there are three primary races within this movie. There's the lower class, which are orcs, middle class, which are humans, and then upper class, which are the elves. And so that's an interesting dynamic to put in this. And the first 30 minutes of this movie is the interesting part of this movie because it brings in this interesting world that's on Earth, by the way. And it's like, it just does these little changes enough to where it's like, yeah, this is kind of interesting. And then there's the characters in the whole world that they actually make through these characters in the setting. It's interesting. That's the part of the movie that is actually pretty good. Then once you get 30 minutes into the film, it's all focused on this wand. This wand, I just do not understand, because before you even are introduced to the wand, there's this guy that says, there is a 1 in a million chance that you'll touch the wand and not die. Yeah, it'd be great if you were that 1 in a million chance and you were just like, hey, I survived and I can do all these fantastic things with the wand, whatever I so please. However, if you're not that 1 in a million, you'll touch the wand and explode. I'm sorry, but I would not be one of those people that would go up and try to touch that wand. Yeah, it may be tempting because a wand can do whatever you so please, but if you touch it, more than likely you're gonna die. It's basically like playing the lottery, but if you lose, you die. Now, obviously, there's a higher chance of you touching the wand and not dying than actually winning the lottery, but still, I would not be really tempted to do that. Like, seriously. I would more than likely die just by touching this wand because I was so freaking greedy. Why would I want to do that? And there just seems to be so many people wanting to touch this wand. I just don't understand it. I don't get it whatsoever. Why do so many people want to just try to make it big in life like that? It's just 1 in a million chance. I just don't get that part of the movie. And that's where the movie focuses on the most after the first 30 minutes, and that's just where the movie loses me, because the first 30 minutes, it's interesting. The world they set up and the characters they set up, they're all interesting, and see how they're treated, how they treat others, it's interesting. Then it just throws that all away, basically, for this wand. I don't get it. I really don't. Like, I felt like this movie started off pretty decent, and then went downhill quite quickly. And then this movie has moments of comedy in it. Most of the time, it doesn't really work, at least not for me, but I don't know, it's not very funny. Sometimes there are moments that are like, hey, that was kind of funny, but overall, not really. Then the CGI in this movie, there are moments in this movie where the fairies and stuff like that, you're just like, that looks really good and believable. Then there are moments where you're just like, that looks like utter fakeness. That just looks like crap. Like, why is that in your movie? Like, you had $90 million for this movie, roughly, I think, and it's just like, why not spend a little bit more time on that subject, especially considering it plays a little bit of a major role, at least more than the fairies in this movie, so why not spend a little bit extra time on that? That part of the movie didn't make much sense to me either, but the performances in this movie, Joel Edgerton, freaking love this man. Like, ever since I saw The Gift, which is right here. If you haven't seen this movie, he's freaking fantastic in this movie. Ever since I saw this, I had him on my radar every single movie he comes out that I know about, at least. I would like to go see it just because he's in that movie. I really enjoyed him in The Gift. Really good movie. And he does really good in this movie as well. He is the best actor in this movie. Yeah, Will Smith's in it, but he basically plays Will Smith. He's the same character that he is in every other movie. He doesn't really do a whole lot different, but hey, that's his style basically. So he's as good as he is in his other movies. And so overall, I thought the movie got kind of predictable as well. Like, it's just, as the movie chugged along, it's just like you knew what the next beat was. And it tries to bring in these emotional heartstrings on you, and it just doesn't work. You're just like, okay, yeah, I don't know if I really care enough. It's just, it doesn't work on multiple aspects. Now, is it as bad as all these critics are saying? Because some critics are saying that this is the worst movie of 2017. Is it that bad? No. I mean, even if it was without the first 30 minutes, do I think it'd be the worst movie of 2017? No, because it still has some interesting moments within that, just not as much as the first half, because that's where the whole world building and character building is all set up. And it's a lot more interesting in that first half hour. In that first half hour, it's pretty good. It starts off pretty decent, but then it just doesn't work after that. And so it's not as bad as critics are saying, at least in my opinion. You may think differently, but overall, me and myself, I'm going to give this movie a 4 out of 9. It would be worth seeing at no ticket price, but since it's on Netflix, I guess don't worry about paying a subscription month just to see this movie if you don't have Netflix, because it's not worth it. If you have subscription to Netflix, I mean, why not check it out, because you may enjoy it, but more than likely, you're going to be not so pleased with it. It wasn't a fantastic movie. It wasn't great, but it's what we got. I mean, Joel Edgerton is probably the best part of this movie, and the whole different races and stuff like that they make in this movie, it's that part of the movie's good. It just goes downhill with that wand. I just don't understand it, but whatever. I will stop ranting on. But thank you all very much for watching this. If you enjoyed this, please have a like and subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. And remember, no movie is a perfect 10 out of 10. God bless you all.